been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. SEC and its policies rely on whatever Gary thinks. Bitcoin's a flight to quality. I heard that from Larry Fink. Every hour losing purchasing power on foolish shelter. It's not our fault. Blame the coal. It's the political cowards. When it comes to gas, our purchasing power just got cut in half. I sit back and laugh, open my bag, fill it with stacks and sats. Bitcoin pumping, altcoins pumping. I've been prepared for this. Can't tell me nothing.
And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality. We're hearing from clients around the world.
Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pumping. I've been prepared for this.
And I believe crypto will play that type of role as
Bitcoin, pump, altcoin, pump.
We're hearing from clients around the world.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
Crypto, depending on how you think about it. And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a
Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump.
We're hearing from clients around the world.
Prepared for this.
Are you guys ready to get this going? Shout out to Corey Wrights. He's there in the live chat. This is a track he made. Big love to each and every one of you. I want to see this chat flowing. Everybody, let's get it. I am bullish. Let's go. What's up? Good morning, good afternoon, good night. It is green in here. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of chop right now, but Bitcoin hit that all-time high. Bitcoin hit that all-time high before the halving. Things are feeling good. The markets, you understand what happens right now. Bitcoin hit the all-time high. What happens right now is the world wakes up, everybody that's been on the sidelines, and they may not come in immediately, but this has just been chirping in their ear over and over and over the last couple weeks and months. And now it's starting to become real because they're seeing, oh, Bitcoin's not dead. Bitcoin's about to, oh, it's breaking past 60. Some people are saying it's going to go to 100, 200, 400, a million, 10 million in time, baby, in time. And the question is going to be right now, are you prepared to ride this rocket to the top? Because most people are going to get shaken out. And if you're here, if you're following us for more here at BitLab Academy, we're going to make sure that you stay on the right side of these trades. So everybody, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ding the bell. It is time to get jiggy with it, baby. That is right now. Let's go ahead and talk about what is going on. We got the price action pushed up all the way up here into this top portion, $69,000. Immediate information and down. We're going to talk about why this happened as well. But before we do, I do want to do a special beloved shout out to I almost said some curse words, to Corey Crypto right here. He's Crypto Corey Wrights. He's there in the live chat under Corey Wrights. This is his track. This is a full track you can listen to right here, that intro track. I basically cut it down a little bit shorter so we'd have a nice intro music. But every single one of you in the BitLab family, come and give this gentleman a follow. Making some great crypto music out here. Maybe we're gonna have a little collabs. Maybe we're gonna build some more crypto stuff together. It's what it's all about. Let's do this. Let's ride this market. Now let's go ahead and talk about what we want to talk about today. Let's just start with a little bit of some of these milestones. We're frustrated right now because Bitcoin didn't break through 70,000. Didn't get up to 75. We're frustrated last cycle. We didn't get up to 100,000. Well, let's go backwards. Let's look at the macro and understand it's not all about only going up, up, and away, because when you zoom out, you realize this is what's been happening when you're not looking at a 15-minute chart. Back in April 1st, we broke $100, and that was like, oh my God, we hit 100. Yeah, $100 was 100x from when it was $1. And even when it hit $1, that was a wonderful thing. Okay, and then it went up to a 10x from there, 1,000 in November of 2013, and then up to 2,000 in 2017. And we see all this consecutive up to where we're at right now, hitting $69,000 today, March 5th, 2024. And we're frustrated that the price action didn't just slice right through it. Well, we're going to talk a little bit about why that is. We did have a lot of, liquidity up here, and it kind of sliced into it. But we also had a major impact on what's going on the price right now. We had a major tech network go down right as we hit all-time high. Facebook, which also means Instagram. Facebook and Instagram, server outages right when we hit all-time high. Now, why is that impacting Bitcoin? Well, let's consider the fact that Bitcoin is part of the tech realm, and there is still a lot of uncertainty for people that are outside of this network on what this means, what Bitcoin is, what the security layers are. Can it just be fake money created? Can the network just be turned off? And so when you see something like a major global tech industry, tech company like Facebook and Instagram go offline, it's going to spook the markets. Some of it's going to be people. Some of it's going to be algorithmic, literal algorithmic machine trading bots that see some negative impact story that could affect something within this niche, and then that triggers selling, and then all of a sudden then the people start selling as well. And we're seeing what happened here. We had that rejection down, bounced right on this order block that we had. These order blocks, you guys, if you're not using these order blocks on the BitLab trading stack, you can get the BitLab trading stack at bitlabacademy.com. You just come here and you can actually, you know what, I'm going to give you the super secret double the pleasure, double the fun link right here. You can sign up if you want to get our into our premium Discord with signals, charts, setups. We have a member stream today at 2:15 on Discord. We have so much going on in here. So basically, sign up right now. I've just extended this sale because the markets have been so excited. Free trial, boom, and with this free trial, as soon as you sign up, right after you sign up, there's a thing where you can upgrade, and that's not free, but it's almost 50% from what the full price would be for the indicators and the courses and everything. And you'll get access to all those courses that I was talking about now. So, and that's at lab.bitlabacademy.com/Josh. Again, that's lab.bitlabacademy.com/JOSH. And I have the link in the live chat right now. You can go ahead and I'm pinning it to the top of the live chat. Now, let's get back into what we want to talk about, because let's just remember, this is so damn exciting. These order blocks provided us the boundary for which this bounced off of, came back up, bounced off again, came back up. And then look at this. We did get a little bit higher high here. This is on Coinbase. And then this zone right here, this is where the shutdown happened. If we go on the 15-minute charts, I believe this is, let's see where we're at right now. So that would be, 1 hour and 45. Yeah, this is right where we had that outage on Facebook, and we have, a little bit of a sell-off here. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means that maybe we're going to have to do some work here before the markets continue to the upside. Because if we look at this chart right here from Crypto Ferris, and again, I just want to pause one moment and say, shout out to Crypto Corey Wrights. Again, that intro track that you shared with me, and I asked you, I was like, yo, this is so fire. Can I do a little edit of this and make it our intro track for BitLab? Thank you for agreeing to that. Thank you for sharing it with the community. Everybody go and give this gentleman a follow right here at Ordinal Corey, which is where you can find him at on Twitter. And if you are tuning into this later than the intro, when this is done, go back to the very beginning of this, about 2 minutes before the stream starts. When you see the countdown, about 2 minutes of that is this song from him. It's fire. So shout out to you, Crypto Corey. Now, we do have a bearish consideration with this large, essentially market cycle. W formation, rise, retrace, rise, M formation, and now breakdown. Are we going to see sideways price action, or are we going to see a rise, continuation, rise, rejection at this previous low, continuation, rise, and settle somewhere down here in the $59,000 mark? There's a lot that can happen. Of course, this can also just rocket up and then shoot to the upside. But we have to consider the fact that we are back to levels that we haven't been at since November. I don't even remember what the day was. November 2021? Is that what it was? 2022. November 2021. This right, yeah. November 2021 is the last time we were at this level. And we are back here. We're back at that level. And we can't expect at this key level, also being pre-halving, that we just slice right through it. It's okay. And in fact, it provides you opportunity. Do not be frustrated by this. This is giving you opportunity. Some people may have not even gotten in yet. They've been waiting on the sidelines. Maybe some of you, this is the first time you've watched any crypto YouTube stream ever. You're asking, is it still a good time to buy Bitcoin, depending on what your time horizon is? If your time horizon is 5 minutes, maybe not a good time to buy. If your time horizon is a year plus, it's absolutely a great time to buy still. If it's 10 years plus, then there's not any bad time to buy. We see Michael Saylor buying. They just did another they're putting up, doing a debt offering, raising debt for $600 million to put $600 million more in the market. And that's what prices where they're at right now at $69,000. Okay, we dropped a little bit, $65,000. The point being is, if you have the wealth mindset and you're able to hold for a period of time, there is no bad time to buy. Now, right now, it's frustrating because we wanted to see this slice through 69. We wanted it to get up into 70 and then all of a sudden start launching up to 85 and then finally take out that $100,000 mark, and it didn't do it. So we're let down. Well, let's zoom the hell out on this chart and realize that this market is looking absolutely stunningly beautiful with this bull trend that has just been rising, and the impulses to the upside have only been increasing in size. So we see this right here, option T. We come here and measure this, boom. Okay, let's come over here and measure this right here. We're in the same vein. So we're not even losing momentum coming into this all-time high on these impulses. Things are good. Things are healthy. So let's get down to the 15-minute chart and frustrate the living shit out of ourselves going, oh my God, it looks like it's ending. No, it's not. Nothing's happening. We came into a level that a lot of people were likely taking some profit at. In fact, if we come over here to the Glassnode charts, we can see that the wallets with over 1,000 Bitcoin took a little bit of profit. So this kind of reduced coming into this high. Why? It's a hedge. It's a safety mechanism. A lot of professional traders, big money out there. And if you have 1,000 or more Bitcoin, you've either been holding for a hell of a long time, which means there's no way you could have been holding that long and not learn something about this market. But two, if you're holding for a long period of time, that means you were in before everybody else. So you were already in the know. And even if you bought over the last 6 months or a year and you have 1,000 Bitcoin, you've got a big pile of capital that you're deploying into this asset. Now we're seeing them sort of take some profits right at this previous all-time high. Makes sense. There's still a lot of people out there that think there's still going to be a pretty substantial pullback, whether it's now or into the halving or even post-halving. If we zoom out on this chart, let's not forget, we zoom out on this chart, this right here. Do you see this right here? Zooming in, this large pump, sell-off, large pump. This was after the halving. And this was, let's see, May 2013. And then we had a secondary top here. Now, of course, the market dynamics are entirely different now, but are they? Yes, yeah, we have a lot more monetary energy coming in. We have the market cap is much higher, but we also have a huge amount of more capital inroads to come in, as well as the speeding up of the increase of adoption that is about to explode into this market, meaning retail dollars coming into the space. Not everybody's buying the ETF. Right now, the majority of people buying the ETFs are institutions and funds, corporations, balance sheets, corporate treasuries. And there are retail people as well making allocations. But the big part of this is going to be those players that have been waiting for an opportunity. One, they didn't know it yet, but one, to believe in the asset, even though it was on their periphery. We have to remember, this is still a new asset. It's only getting now to the point where it's like, okay, it's a trusted asset. And that's because we have people like Fidelity and Larry Fink with BlackRock and so on and so forth participating in this. And Michael Saylor now has shifted the winds from being laughingstock of corporate Wall Street to now being the hero, because he went from just taking the beatings for how stupid his decisions was to be buying Bitcoin. Even every time he bought, sometimes it would dip, and he was underwater on that asset for quite some time. And now he's up to like $12 billion in Bitcoin. So there's plenty of things at play right now that are suggesting that there's so much more to come. So when I'm looking at the market and I see that price action with a little bit of rejection, I think good. That means I may have another opportunity to stack some more sats at these more affordable levels. Because once the price once the price really starts ripping and we see stuff, you know, with the, let's even do a projection. Option F from the top to the bottom. Let's go up to just the 1.618 is right at $100,000. See this? This is a fib extension projection of levels that are likely. The 2.618, $152,000. Oh, great. The 3.618, 204,000, and the 4.618, 257, of course. Then we have the 5.618 at 309,000. But how is this relevant to what's going on right now? These are just arbitrary numbers up in the sky. Great. Well, let's look at some historical data. Let's go ahead and see what the hell the last cycles did. Let's go to the 3 days so we have more time on here. There we go. All right, let's see. We want to know, are we going to go, and there's no way to know, we can just look at historical trends. Are we going to go to the 1.618 and get rejected at 100,000? Are we going to go up to the 2, the 3, the 4? What did it do last cycle? Option F from the top. Option F on Mac is the same on your PC as Alt F. Press it, and then once you press that, nothing happens. But then you click on the chart once, click on it twice, you have your fib. That way you don't have to come over here to the toolbar. By the way, if you haven't yet and you want some quick tips, come here to the BitLab Academy full page here at youtube.com/@BitLab Academy. Scroll down to Daily Alpha right here, Pro Trading View Guide. You may think you know what's up. Great. Humble yourself. Learn something. I guarantee you at least 3 things in this video that you didn't know you could do in terms of quick keys, setting up templates, how to use different tools on there. It's a 12-minute video, and it will help you absolutely accelerate your ability to navigate TradingView and do your charting. So let's go ahead here. Option F, do our fib, top to bottom. Now let's see where this went on this previous cycle. This previous cycle came up to, look at this. This is a 3.618, and if we drag this across there, so this went right up above the 3.618, didn't quite make it to the 4.618. Now remember, this is also right here where we had the Chinese mining ban. So me as well as many other analysts out here think there is a bit of a global, major global player manipulation in the market by shutting off those mining rigs, that whether or not they intended to do it to suppress Bitcoin or not, it absolutely truncated this bull market, where I do believe this could have gone much higher. If we look at the previous cycle, we can't do it from that chart. Let's go Bitcoin BLX, Bitcoin Liquid Index. We're going to go from the BLX. This gives it all. Now, this is a previous cycle back here, 2013, top, option F, to the bottom, coming. Look at this. So top to bottom, this goes not only to the 4.618, 5.6, this goes up somewhere into like the 7 or the 8.618. Now, given we need a lot more monetary energy to push it, even to the same X that we had in the previous cycle, we need more monetary energy to get it there because there's more coins and there's more money involved in the asset. It's like trying to turn a Mini Cooper versus trying to turn a cruise ship or a tanker. You know what I mean? The larger the monetary energy is, the more it takes to impact price. Now, we also have inflation, which means there's more dollars that are going to be printed, and which means there's also going to be more money that can be injected into the space. One of the things we've been watching, if we come over here, I'll show you this in a bit, and I've talked about this a lot. It's going to do it twice. I know it is. Come on. There we go. Global liquidity, we want to see this ticking up because this will also be, one, global liquidity is going up. Means there's more money available to deploy into the markets, which can be that fuel. We can see right here the sharp divergence to the upside. While we had the FTX collapse and sideways price action, global liquidity skyrocketed several weeks before this price action started moving to the upside. Nothing happens on its own. Bitcoin does not move up and down because of the halving cycle. That's a component with all the other things that are impacting what's going on with the risk narrative, with the growing awareness of what this asset is. That also changes the dynamic of how people interact with it, buying and selling, how long they're willing to hold. We've seen already an absolute shift in the number of long-term holders, meaning people not willing to sell, people willing to endure. We see that even back here when this was high, the long-term holders got higher over here. This is, let's see what that is, 76, and this is, 75. So we got right about the same level, and we're getting higher and higher. If we look at the available supply, We have a shift since the third halving. I talked about this yesterday. I'm just trying to reemphasize this. This is a key thing. We had an increase in available supply, even though we had a huge amount of upside price action on Bitcoin, but it took less monetary energy to move this price quickly here. Over here, we need a lot more monetary energy, but now we have a massive number of new capital inflows coming into the market with all these ETFs and the global awareness of this. So it's putting people on notice. The banks are about to have, cascading issues. Maybe collapses, maybe closures. We don't know, but the trust isn't there with our governments anymore. The trust isn't there with banking anymore. They're printing money through inflation. They're spending $10 billion a day or some absolute bullshit on stuff that we're not even voting on. People don't trust the system anymore. So not only that, we have the halving coming up, a reduction in new supply. In addition to the reduction in new supply, which is happening here again, we've already been having a decrease in the available supply through this entire period. The paradigm is absolutely not only shifting, it is in process of absolutely redefining how people are interacting with money going into the future. So when I look at this price action, oh my God, it pushed up. Okay, this looks so good, but let's get down on it. Where's my chart at? Oh, boom. Come up here. Let's get down onto those the smaller time frames. Let's get down into the 7 minute and go, oh my God, it's over for Bitcoin. Let's stop being child baby. Look at the bigger picture. If you're trading this gives you opportunity to make money trading. If you're investing or trying to position for the rest of the bull run, this gives you opportunity for a better position. Because you didn't know something was going to happen, shouldn't frustrate you. Oh my God, it's going down. No, we are all adults here, and I'm here right now, and I'm not trying to be hard on you all, but I'm saying every one of us, if you're not excited for what's happening right now, even if we drop 30% from here or 50%, it doesn't change the dynamic of looking at this trend and seeing it going up and to the right. In fact, if we're looking at this on this macro scale, we've never even had a bear market. When you look at it on this macro, this would be just like looking at a 4-hour chart with a rise, retrace, rise, right? But we get so focused on these smaller time frames, we completely get ourselves in positions that make us lose capital before the biggest bull run in history. Now, what we're looking at right now, okay, we had the Facebook shutdown and the subsequent sell-off. That was, okay, the fear from the Facebook shutdown could be part of it, but also the fact that we are doing something we've never done before, which is hitting that all-time high. We come over here to the halving cycles right here. We look at these halving cycles, we can see where we're at right now. This purple line is a halving. This was the halving right here. See, we're nowhere near. Let's actually come right here. This chart right here. Previous all-time high on the orange line is right here. We can turn off these other lines. Yellow. So this is the 3,500 to 14,000. Previous all-time high is up here. And you see where this is at the halving. This has a sharp rise up and then sell off into the halving, and then a further sell off because of global economic shutdown. Far, quite a bit away from, this was, I think, around $9,000 or something like that. So yeah, it's around $8,000 or $9,000 if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around here. Shout out Alex Green, 1 gift of membership. The point being is we've never broken this previous all-time high. If we come over here having 3, let's go to having 2, turn this off, look at having 3, turn that on, boom. We are now doing something different, breaking this previous all-time high. When we see these things overlaid on top of each other, we are, even if we don't consider the previous all-time high, we can see that this is much higher than where we've been relative to all previous cycles. Now, I want to be a bull and say this is going to go up, up, and away, and I'm stacked into my portfolio. I'm holding like that's going to happen, and I'm not moving around positions right now. I'm only looking for buys on dips. I'm not going to short this because there is a large potential that we don't have some major pullback. Now, on the flip side of that, if we come over here again, if you haven't yet, follow Crypto Corey Writes. And again, if you're just tuning in, make sure you go back to the very beginning of this video. There's a 4-minute countdown. And you'll see the last 2 minutes of that countdown is the new intro we have for this song. Maybe I'll I'm going to wrap out the stream with the song too. It's great crypto music. But I wanted to share right here. I shared this. I don't think this is going to happen, but this is a possibility. Where the hell is my chart? I posted this yesterday just as a thought experiment. Giant cup and handle. This actually would be a bit of a giant head and shoulders macro. This is looking at the 3-day chart. We could also look at it on the weekly. But what happens if we push up here and get a sell-off down into this golden pocket or somewhere in this region down in the $49,000 to $53,000 range and then continue to the upside? I do know that's a possibility. I do know also if we come over here and we look at a friend of mine, actually, a guy that I used to play music with who's also full, all in on crypto. Where the hell is he at? Johnny, right here. He suggested this scenario as well, that we had this 30% pullback. And what this is looking at is previous all-time highs. So what did price do when we got to that level? In this case, we once we hit it, we had a 30% pullback. In this case, when we hit it, we only had a 13% pullback. This is what I would like, but let's see what happens. Now, if we look at these two different scenarios, we get a 13% pullback, that would be $59,000. If we get a 23% pullback, that would be $52,000. So still, even with the 23% pullback, that would be us finding support above 50%. Now, when we're looking at the price action on this, it feels incredible to me that we have gotten up here into this previous all-time high range. We had this target that we got to, this $64,000 target that we measured out from this more macro rising channels, that we were in. See, we have support, support, support. Now we have rejection, support, rejection. And we have rejection, rejection, support, support, rejection, support all the way through, rejection. So these channels have been like a guiding light. Now we have another parallel channel, the rising, this high level of resistance here, 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 here. And then this essentially, once we pushed out of this, found some support. And so because of this support that was right here, and not just this pushing up, I thought, oh, this would be likely bull flag. So the measurement on this bull flag, which we shared quite a bit ago, was measuring going up into this zone, right to this target. This is what's happening. So now on this zone, we had two measurements that I broke down with you all a few days ago. And that was, we have two different ways we can measure this. Everybody, I want you all to notice when you do this. When you take a target on a pattern, look for two different types of targets. Look for a conservative target and the bullish target. So in this case, this could be a bull flag. It also could be considered a symmetrical triangle. So let's go ahead and measure the symmetrical triangle. Boom, the width right there. Now we go like this. And let's go ahead and look at what happened with the price. Came right up basically into this target, a little bit past it, and rejecting back down. The next target up would also be this, we measured it out already, but it is this flagpole from down here up into the top of this, this pennant. And we measure this out, and this takes us right up here into the $78,000 level. It doesn't mean we're not going there eventually, since we just rejected here. It's just saying right now we're coming into a very highly contested area that was the previous all-time high. We've already broken all-time highs in like 40 or 50 countries or something. It might be even more than that now that the U.S. has as well. But this is frightening some people, and don't let it. It can only frighten you if you are expecting this to make you rich tomorrow. If you're expecting the market to make you rich tomorrow, then you're going to help me become rich because I'm going to take your money in the market. And there's other people that are better than I am in the market. The market is a one man for himself, absolute diabolical place that will eat you alive if you are trying to get rich in every move you make. You need to have a wealth mindset and look to what the investments can do over time. Yes, I trade. Absolutely. But I do it with the smaller position allocation of my larger portfolio. So I'm not putting my wealth at risk. I've lost 90% of my entire portfolio before when I first, a few years after I first started in crypto. I was already trading before that, but I lost like almost a little bit under $100,000 because I changed my strategy from doing spot trading, which I was good at, to doing leverage trading. And I love leverage trading. The problem is most people get into leverage trading. They think, well, man, I just made 6 spot trades in a row. I made money. And now I'm going to be rich next week because I'm going to 25X my $50,000. I'm going to have you're going to be fucking broke. And that's the only way to say it. I apologize for the language. You have to have a strategy and you have to manage your risk. As it stands right now, what we're seeing, if we come over here, we go to CoinGlass, coinglass.com, we can see right here, go to funding rate, liquidations, we can see that longs just getting eaten alive in the last hour. That small dip. So a lot of people are longing. So 30 million liquidated, 12 million. Now, if we go over the last 12 hours, there's going to be, look at that, huge amount of longs. Last 4 hours, huge amount of longs. Because why? The emotions were triggered. We got to the level, people added long positions. They wanted to catch up before it ran away. In addition to that, as we had a little bit of a pullback, people bought this as a long because they were a little bit more patient. They bought this as a long, didn't have a stop loss, or they were too high of leverage. So the window, that spread from where the entry is and where they're going to get liquidated is so tight that some people are forced, they don't want to be liquidated. So they close down at a 75% loss or 40% loss or something ridiculous. Those forced closures is what makes this market move very quickly. And this is what we're seeing right here. Boom, move to the downside. Now, as it stands right now, things are, Ethereum is actually looking pretty good. But when you zoom in on this, we also see a pretty big sell-off on ETH as well. And look at where ETH is selling off. Comes right up into the zone, red bars. I put these on here. I did not put these on here. The BitLab trading stack, our indicator with BitLab that you can get at bitlabacademy.com, or I have the free trial for the Discord, not the indicators. The free trial link is pinned in the comments at the top of the live chat. If you sign up for the Discord, it's a 30-day free trial. We have charts, signals. We have a member stream today at 2:15. In fact, we're going to bring up Aerodrome in a second, but here, John Dalton has shown here where he's looking to pick up some more Aerodrome. But we have so much going on in this Discord. But once you sign up, then you get access to, there's an upgrade right after you sign up for the Discord through that link in the live chat, that then you can get the lowest price we've ever offered for the indicators and the courses. We threw them in together, and those together are cheaper than what we used to charge just for the indicators. And you get that for the lifetime of your membership if you take that. So looking here, we see that Ethereum pushed right into these order blocks. These order blocks, I mean, I don't even know how far back these go. It's going to be the last time the price was, right here. So those order blocks went to right here in January 2022. This is loading. It's because I moved the chart so quick. You have to realize these indicators are calculating a huge amount of math in these all these charts and signals. So for whatever reason, they're not popping up. But when we come back over here, let's go to 6 hour, 4 hour. There's fewer candles on here, so it's easier to. So this is those order blocks. A lot of liquidity interest was in the order books last time the price was at this level. And it's suggesting, one, it's a magnet for price to get there. But then in addition to it being a magnet to price getting there, a good opportunity for it maybe doesn't go all the way through right now, straight away. Now, I do want to say we're getting a lot of new people in here on a daily basis, and I want to just tell you how much I appreciate you. We're going to be doing some altcoin charts here in a moment, breaking down. I want to see all of you throw in the altcoins you want to see in the live chat right now. And I'd love to ask each and every one of you, if you are here, if you are watching, if you watch every day or not, look down below this video right now. If you have not hit the like button, hit the like button. It's an easy way to help out the channel. If it does not say subscribe. It's a wonderful way to help us keep these lights on, keep it bright, keep these charts going for all of you. And by the way, my name is Kelly Kellum, director of BitLab Academy. We have an entire course content area as well as our Discord and so much more, with the various courses teaching you everything that you could want to know about how to navigate this market. And we've been filming some stuff. We're going to be adding some more stuff as well, of course, to the Discord. And then, of course, all the indicators that we utilize as well. Now, again, thank you all for being here. 237 people in the room. We should have 237 likes. Let's do it. Let's get it. I do want to shout out, though, before we get into the alts, I did start a Monday show that I'm doing on this channel, BitLab Academy, at 3:15 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's going to be focused on meme coins, microcap altcoins, and the super high risk gems. I don't recommend any of you put more than 5% of your portfolio in any of those picks that we bring up in there. This is for those degen plays. That's why it's called crypto degen. This one, Rodney from My Crypto Journey, YouTube, he's a meme coiner, altcoiner, you know, and he breaks down some of the tools you need, the websites he utilizes, the token sniffer he uses to make sure that the contracts, you're not buying a scam. He breaks all that down in this and does a lot of breakdowns on a bunch of different meme coins and microcaps in this video. Go and watch it. It's, you know, it's right here. If you come into BitLab Academy, YouTube, come right here. You can go to videos, or you actually just go to live and you'll see it right here. Crypto Degen. Come and watch that. We're going to be every Monday at 3:15 p.m. Eastern time. Now, Ethereum, this is a metric we want to watch on Ethereum because we got to pay attention to what's going on. Everybody feels like maybe why isn't it up at 5,000 yet? Has such positive news with everything going on coming in with the ETH ETF. But we have to also notice that ETH lags a little bit behind where Bitcoin is. So we can see this running up. These are overlaid on the same dates. See how this is moving up while this is still sideways? You see how this all-time high here? This would be the same spot right here. Price does move up, comes right back down, and then we get the all-time high on ETH over here, which is still slightly after where this is. Remember, these are 1 month candles. So this 1, 2 would be about where this candle is right here. Delays a little bit. In fact, where we're at right now again, Bitcoin up to all-time high. Look at where we're at in relationship to the all-time high on ETH. This suggests we've got a lot of room to run, and it's likely something could be happening very soon on this, especially because those ETH ETF deadlines are coming. So when we're looking at this, we do have, let me make the BitLab Trend Fuel part of the BitLab trading stack. We can see the RSI is angled to the downside. Stochastics are rolling over. We see on the Trend Fuel momentum, see how this bar is red? These are green. There's a lot of buying pressure. Now this bar turns red because there was a lot of selling pressure. And look how much on the dashboard. Very quick look of all the most important signals within all the oscillators here. We can see we have three out of the 6 are bearish. Only 2 are potentially bullish. How could that be? Well, the money flow is still positive. That's bullish. But all the momentum signals and the RSI and the strength are all rolling over. Now, if we double click on this, we can come down here to VWAP. Sometimes I turn that off just because there becomes too many lines. We see the price action navigate sort of away. There's a spread away above and then comes back to and then comes back below. Big money players play that spread of the VWAP, the value weighted average price. So we also have the VWAP here on the BitLab Intelligence, which is part of the BitLab trading stack. And we can see right here, this is the weekly VWAP. And it's one of my favorite looks for sort of last support. For instance, we lost the trend signal line right here, but look, we bounced right here. Lost the trend signal line. We're hovering on it. We tap all the way over until we tap the VWAP and then it launches. And sometimes you'll lose it and come back up and find resistance as well. So where we're at right now, we're kind of testing that theory as we speak. We have the price action on the BitLab Intelligence shows price actions moving to the upside. We're on the 4 hour. Finding support on the VWAP and on the trend signal line. And then this flips from red, meaning potential bearish trend is forming, to green. Comes down, finds support on the trend signal line. Finds support on the 20 moving average. Pushes up, high volume candle. Immediately followed by a stopping volume candle and a trend shift. And what do we get? A little pop and then an attempt roll over to the downside. This was showing you that there was something hinky in the charts already before we got up here. Now, this is trying to find support here in this dynamic support zone here on the BitLab Trend Fuel. But we had this washout down below this VWAP. So we want to pay attention to what happens in here. Let's get a little bit more clarity. Smaller time frame gives you better resolution. So you see how we're finding support on the trend signal line all the way up, and we lose it. There's a little bit of weakness here. We pop back up and then just come all the way back down. And the interesting thing here is on this loss of this trend signal line, you see how it flips red? Now we know we potentially in a bearish trend. This has also lost the VWAP on this 24-minute candle. And we had an attempt to the upside, and currently we are still under this VWAP. If we cannot get above this VWAP, then this is signaling we may be testing down here into these 3,400 levels. We do have the RSI trying to make a rebound, but we see a lot of selling pressure in these red bars right here. And look at it, mostly bearish on the BitLab trend signal. Again, if you guys want to get the indicators at the best deal ever, use that link. It says free trial up at the top of the live chat. That's the Discord free trial. And once you sign up for that, then it gives you an opportunity to upgrade for the indicators and the courses in an all-in-one bundle package. And that's not a free trial, just so you know. And all the instructions, I'm going to say this real quick. All the instructions that you need to get the Discord activated will be in your email. Follow them step by step. The reason I say that is I have spent about 22 hours in the last 6 days answering emails from frustrated customers because their Discord's not activated, only for them to find out, oh, I didn't see that email, or oh, it was in my junk folder, or they saw it and they did the second step first. This is me venting right now. This is the calmest I can be versus how I feel inside when I was doing all this. Follow the instructions. It is there for you. In fact, we even made the instructions more clear with bold letters on that motherfucker so people don't spend 22 hours of my time for you not following the goddamn directions. But that's me venting. I haven't had breakfast yet. But we appreciate you being in the community. Love you. All right, let's talk about some altcoins. Somebody said AERO here. I want to see, and I'm dropping some F-bombs. You know, I'm getting more comfortable with you guys. I'm being myself. And the markets are ripping today. I haven't eaten breakfast. And hey, we're here in crypto. We're all adults. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. You know what? Let me see what kind of coins you guys have in here. All right, let's see it. Okay, so AERO, Stacks. Alex Green says UFI. We can bring that one up. That was brought to my attention the other day. You know what we haven't done in a while? Cartesi. Let me put this in the note so I don't forget these this time. So let's see. We got AERO, Stacks, UFI, CTSI. Just looking at the ones that you guys say. Black Ice says CDX. And I'm going to do what Black Ice wants because I see him chatting all the time in the Discord. So I'm familiar with his name. You guys can have that benefit too, just getting involved in the community, baby. Who else we got? That's all I see right now. So that's what we're, oh, and Render. Yeah, we should do Render for sure. Render and CELO. Okay, and SEI. I attempted 4 months ago to shorten this stream to 30 to 45 minutes. It has never once happened. There's just too much. My self-righteousness is triggered by you swearing. Well, I apologize if that's true. You know what? I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I love you. That's all I got. Yeah. All right. So let's do it. So I got the list here. And we're going to do a couple more as well. You know what? We just got to do them all. Let's see. Let's start with Celestia, because this is one of those coins that had been rolling over when we DCA'd into it. I don't even remember where it was. It was February 7th. So it was roughly about, over here, right here, slight bit up, and then the market moved down. There is a potential here that this does work its way down and come down to this $10 range, which would be an awesome buy because this was ripping while everything was moving slowly. This outpaced everybody else. But on the BitLab trading stack, we do have a potential reversal here, which suggests that this could be pushing up. What I'd be watching is, I'm looking on the daily, I'd be watching for right now. You see how we broke past the yellow line? It's very hard to see. You see how this yellow line is between the candles? This is broken above it, but we're being held hostage right now by this 20 moving average EMA ribbon on the BitLab trading stack. Now, if we come down here, let's get a bit more clarity. 4-hour time frame. This is that same yellow VWAP. We have some levels that we're really wanting to watch, which is this one right here, 18 bucks, because this is the low here and the high here. So if this does start pushing up, it means nothing until we clear this level. Because as it stands right now, we have a downtrend. The downtrend is established right in here. So we need to take this out, clear this, and then we could talk about bullishness. Until then, this may be rejecting, coming down, and I'd ultimately be looking for this $13 target. Unless we break through this, then we start looking at a different paradigm. Now, SEI is the other one that you guys wanted. So we have a trend line. Just getting the lay of the land. Because you see, we had this sort of instance here And then we have this one here, which is a little bit more, leaning a little bit more to the side. The momentum wave has rolled over a bit. We have mixed signals on the dashboard. So there's no clear signal here on SEI at the moment. If we look at it on the daily, it looks a little bit like a bull. I wouldn't even do it like that. I'd do it kind of like a falling channel like this. So people want this to be a bull flag, and it could be if this just jumped up right now. But my thoughts on this are it's likely going to take a few days to travel within the zone and then decide if it's going to break down or break to the upside. If we look at it on the 1 hour chart, it's looking like it wants to bounce as we speak because this has tested down into the zone a few times. And you see these wicks, bears tried, bears tried, bears tried, bears tried, and the bulls ate it up each time. So if we can clear back above this weekly VWAP right here, I think we'll be making a move up into test this 86 cent sort of zone, which is directly above us. Now, AERO. AERO was the first one you asked about. AERO has a very small market cap and can be pushed around easily, but it just got put on everybody's radar. And I think there's going to be some opportunities here because it does have, the largest TV. It's 2x the TVL of every DEX combined because this liquidity pool is on base and it has a huge amount of money also invested from Coinbase, which is why I got interested in it. Strong partnerships. And the market cap when I got in was 30 million. I think it's probably only like 40 million now because the price has dropped. Let's see what it says. Let's see. $54 million market cap. Incredibly small. To put this in perspective, remember when we're looking at coin market cap, that was a $50 million market cap. Look, 1.2 trillion, 430 billion, 100 billion, 60 billion, 50 billion. It gets all the way down here. Even First Digital USD, never even heard of it. 3 billion. VeChain, VeChain, 3.3 billion. So if you guys are investing in things like this and you don't have any allocation to any sort of smaller project, this is up to your own self-determination. But that's the type of project I look for if I want to get good gains. Very strong partnerships coupled with a low market cap. So it has a higher chance of being able to run, but it also has a low enough market cap that it will be very explosive run if it does run. Celestia, 2.7 billion. We get all the way down here to Dog with Hat has 1.2 billion. You see how that's a very small market cap. It takes all the way till we get down to Kava and WorldCoin and this area before we get under $1 billion market cap. So remember, AERO has 50 million. That's opportunity. And you don't need to put in $20,000. If you have a $10,000 portfolio, this is not financial advice, but something like $150 to $300 or something like that, because this is considered it's high risk because it is a micro cap. Now I do see B Team Crypto gifted 1 BitLab Academy membership. Shout out to that. It is my birthday week. I will be 40 this weekend. I cannot believe I lived past 27. Cannot believe I lived through 22 broken bones and 86 surgeries. I'm not bullshitting you. That's the truth. 2 motorcycle accidents, nearly died twice. And I'm still here. I'm standing up, walking around. I go dancing at festivals for hours. I'm going to be 40 this year, and I have all of you here in my family, and I love each and every one of you. We got to talk about some more charts. Big love to each and every one of you for being here. Now, there's a couple things in here. Yeah, we had these signals on the BitLab trading stack was really calling this well. 3 bullish divergences there. We had to move up with a little bit of choppiness here. Lost this. Look at this. Lost the trend signal line. Rejection, 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 rejection. And now we're not only rejecting on the trend signal line, we're starting to reject here on the 20 moving average, except maybe there's a little bit of shift in trend. Because now we're kind of rounding out a bit. We're above the 20 moving average. We have negative money flow still. This is on the 1 hour. The momentum is trying to roll over, but I'd be waiting for a little bit of a confirmation of something here. We did have 3 bullish divergences right here. Part of the BitLab trading stack. That's right. 3 bullish divergences right here, and it's trying to do some work. Bears trying, bulls bringing it back up. If we can take this trend signal line out, this right here, which is right now at 36 cents, then we're really going to want to watch this yellow line here, this weekly VWAP, which is right around 40 cents. This is interesting because it's fairly below these lows over here, But if we do push up and take this out, I do think we'll likely be entering another short-term run for Aerodrome. Let's see. CTSI. We have not talked about CTSI for some time. Cartesi, man, bottom fell out of that one, didn't it? So let's get to a bigger time frame, 4 hour. 4 hour. By the way, everybody that's here, you've been watching for a day, a week, a month. I appreciate you being here, contributing to this positive community we have. We have such wonderful people in this community. You see, there's not trolls. There's it's a positive vibe. It's empowering. We're here to grow together. And I just want to say, if that's something that you're about and you want a breakdown of these markets and also strategies and also tools and also resources and also some laughter, hit that subscribe button. Join us in this family. I'd love to have you here. Russ said Bitcoin all-time low coming. Yeah, okay. He must be a comedian. So we have this trend line right here. And look at this. Bounce, bounce, bounce. A little bit of deviation right here. See this deviation below? Right back up. Support, support. But now we're doing the same thing. The question is going to be, is this going to break down or not? Because if we look at this on the daily, we had a huge amount of positive money flow here, which is why this is blue. And then it flips gray, which means there's not much movement on money going in or out. It's just neutral. And then this does flip a little bit negative, but it's just chopping around. But we're seeing bearishness on this dashboard right here, the dashboard of the indicators. Now with this, is this a bit of a rising wedge? It is. Bit of a rising wedge. Rejection, rejection, rejection. And we have a trend shift right here after a stopping volume. How do I know it's stopping volume? Teal candle is high buying pressure with the volume moving up. Is also buying pressure underneath. But then this is all of a sudden a shift in that volume that was coming in. So stopping volume, all of a sudden the lack of interest to continue that trend. And then we also get a trend shift which has to do with the way candle structures are happening here. What we get, move to the downside. We're currently still okay, technically, on this time frame because we're sitting on the trend signal line. See this right here? We are under the VWAP though, so it puts it in a precarious situation. So let's go down to that smaller time frame and get resolution. This is how you get better resolution on your analysis when you're looking. I love looking at weekly, 3-day, daily, but you got to get down there if you're looking to make a move or decide if a move is going to happen, looking at that 4 hour, the 1 hour, and then the trigger sometimes right down into the 15-minute. So what we're seeing is here, this did, look, lost the trend signal line, rejection. It tried but failed right back down into it, rejection. Tried, fell right back down into it, rejection. Rejection now, not only at the trend signal line, short of the trend signal line, here at the VWAP, rejection. This was confirming the bearishness was coming in. And now we have lost this low. And what did I tell you guys? I've told you guys over and over and over and over. When you're seeing an uptrend, when all of a sudden you see a new lower low, followed by a new lower high, look for a downward move to follow. We've seen it on the macro on Bitcoin. We've seen it, look right here, up, higher, 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 lower, low, lower, high, down. We can see it also on the macro. We come over here. We've talked about this time and time again, but I got to show you because not everybody's here on every stream. This is a macro, and it plays out on 15-minute charts as well as these 3-day charts. This is when we pushed up to $64,000. Higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low all of a sudden, followed by lower high, boom, the downside. So we need to pay attention to what's going on all time frames because these patterns mimic each other. So Cartesi gave that signal on these moves up, sideways action, lower low, lower high, down. The question is going to be, is this going to actually make a move to the downside? But we do have a rising wedge, which tends to break bearish. So let's look at where is the most likely. If I'm just looking at this, I could tell you right now, the most likely is right here because I see the most interactivity of price action. See, we have these highs. Let's turn off the indicators. We have these highs. We have these highs right here, these highs in here, these highs right here, these lows. This tells me that this would be a good area. Now let's see if there's a key fib that lines up with that. That might give us a stronger sort of scenario about where price is. Okay, it's right, you bastard. It's right in the middle of where this, okay. So yeah, we have the golden pocket directly below this. So regionally in this zone would be a good zone to look for if this does break down for this potentially to come into. Remember, potentially. This very well could come down right to this 382. Bullishness comes back in the market like this, and then we end up launching. But as it stands right now, this, look at that. Looks like a triple top. 1, 2, 3, which is also a reversal pattern. Uptrend, reversal, downtrend, or at least an attempt at a downtrend. This line is going to be important because we have these previous range highs and the fib at this level. If we lose this level, then I expect that we're going to coming down into this level, which would be the 28-cent zone. That's what I'm seeing right now. Now, what else? What was the next one? CDX. I don't know if I've even... I know Josh put that on everybody's... Is that correct? Is it Codex? You guys let me know in the chat if Codex is the correct one. While we're doing that, I'm going to pull up COTI because we have not looked at that in some time. And that was ripping. Well, I did not know this was on Coinbase. I would have got it if I knew it was on Coinbase. Oh, interesting. So we got a bit of a little, hey, you see that structure? That's called the, hey, I can't unsee it. That, or it's a, it's like a, it's a Grim Reaper, and this is a sickle. All right, so what do we see? Price action right here. There's a low coming right into the zone. That makes sense. A lot of price interactivity there. So this move to the upside. Now let's come over here. Let's do a fib, option F from the top to the bottom. Look at that. Came right into the 382. Telling you, next target up, if we do move up to the upside, the next target, or when I should say, not if, the next target up is 45 cents if that moves to the upside. Now, currently, we have the bulls are trying to hold on. We have a bit of a, bull flag-ish sort of target. I wonder if this goes directly up to where that 45 cents is. Just shy of it. Yeah, it goes right through it, actually. Just like that. Now, we have some bearishness here, though, on this daily chart. This could be because this is rolling down, but the money flow has stayed relatively neutral. It was positive and it's come to neutral. It has not gone negative yet. Now, the benefit here is that when we look at this, stochastics have gotten quite low, and the RSI is sitting right here. And this is, I love this. Option J, if you're on PC, it's Alt J, gives you this horizontal ray. I just marked out, look, we're right at the 50% zone. When the price action, especially on the daily, if this comes down and the stochastics reset, but the RSI is holding above this, I would say 45%. I like to keep it at 50, but it's a round number. But if it holds above this region and then moves back up, then we're actually holding a lot of strength because there's still underlying strength even though the price is falling because it's above that 50% mark. So what does it look like on the 2 hour? 2 hour. All right, we do have negative money flow on the 2 hour, and the RSI is just keeping right around this 50 zone. It doesn't know what to do. Some coins want to run, but there's confusion in the other market. So it's like, yeah, we're going to... So we have negative money flow, and the momentum is expanding to the downside. This is on the 2 hour. What does it look like on the 24-minute? Negative money flow. But here's the deal. If this can round out, and it doesn't look like it's set to yet, if this can round out, then we can have a larger wave and then a smaller wave. And it does look like the money flow is trying to, the money flow is trying to flip positive. Something could be brewing here for a move on COTI. Something could be brewing here, but it's going to, it's hard to say because there's such little interactivity. We do have a bit of a falling wedge on this flag, which also lends to breaking to the upside. If we do lose this area, I would look for an area. Let's do option F, bottom to top. I would look for an area right here in this 14 to 16 cent range. The golden pocket's right in here, but we have this range high right here on this previous thing. So I think that we may come down into this zone, this 15 to 16 cent zone. If we lose this, potentially bounce and then go up. You have a pretty big bullish divergence down here. We can see outlined on the momentum. Now let's see. Let's do render as you guys asked, and I can do one more. Render. Come on, baby. Just had such a big run. Some of these plays are cooling off a little bit, but it doesn't look so bad there. On this 15-minute chart, it's like, oh man, it's about to tank. But you zoom out, you go, oh man, it's just been working its way to the upside, and it's taking a little bit of a breather. It's getting a little sip of coffee. Now this is a little concerning though, because now that I do that, I notice that we do have a rising broadening wedge, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But these do have a tendency to break to the downside. Let's see, potentially there's, oh, it's going to be that. So, information, momentum coming down, money flow went negative. We're kind of looking at this scenario right in here, and it does look like it has lost that zone. I'm looking at that's a 6 hour. Let's go to the 1 hour now. And so this is a little concerning because what do we see? We see price action moving up, bouncing on this zone a lot. And then what do we get? We get we lose the zone. We come up and basically it's called an SR flip. We have a support. We lost it. So now we're flipping it to resistance. A confirmation of a downward trend, a downward move becomes much more likely when you have a move, lose the zone, come back up, test it, and then break past this previous low, which would basically be this previous low right here. And this is exactly what's happening. So as it stands right now, look at all the bearishness down here on the bottom right. And things can flip on a dime. You never know. But these charts right now look like this is trying to test down into, I would say, this zone. There you go. Right in here, down into this 640s sort of zone. That's what I would be seeing. Now, CELO. We talked about this yesterday on the Discover show as well as here on BitLab Academy. And I talked about, let's go down to, I talked about this level right here. And remember, yesterday was, let's see, what time is it now? 2 hour. So it would have been like somewhere in here. And I talked about the price action somewhere in this range right here. I was talking about the price exploring down to where these wicks went into this order block that was created. And this is exactly what's happened. It's coming down and it's testing this, which is also this previous range high. As it stands right now with CELO, there's negative money flow, but we do see this momentum wave is rounding out a little bit, but the stochastics are rounding to the downside as well, and the RSI. If I had to guess, this is going to need a little bit of a cooling off period in here. And if it doesn't just cool off in the zone, I can see this moving down to this next level down here to the 94-cent sort of zone. It's nice that this is holding above $1 though. So I give it a little bit more bullishness being at this round number. If it can bounce here and hold here, it may have to do some work, a little fake out to the upside, back down, and then continue to the upside. Excuse me. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm feeling. I love you guys. I appreciate you all. How many people we got in the room right now? We got 187 people in the room. I would ask you kindly, please, very much, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell. I'm going to take you out with the intro music right now. So it's going to be the beginning screen because that's where the intro music is. But I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Listen to that intro track. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a wonderful day. And I will see you guys in the Discord member stream later. And I'm going to try and get that recording over to all the BitLab members that are on here. But I appreciate y'all. Let's listen to that track.
Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Bitcoin, pump, altcoins, pump. I've been preparing for this. Can't nobody tell me nothing. SEC and its policies rely on whatever Gary thinks. Bitcoin's a flight to quality. I heard that from Larry Fink. Every hour losing purchasing power on foolish out there. It's not our fault. Blame the coal. It's the political cowards. When it comes to gas, our purchasing power just got cut in half. I sit back and laugh, open my bag, fill it with stacks and sats. Bitcoin pumping, altcoins pumping. I've been prepared for this. Can't tell me nothing.
And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality.
Oh, yeah.
We are hearing from clients around the world.
Thank you again to Corey Wrights. Putting his link in the description.
I've been prepared for
And
this.
I believe crypto
Don't
will
give him
play
a
that
follow.
type of role as
Bitcoin pumping, altcoin pumping.
we are hearing from clients around the world.
Can't nobody tell me nothing.
Crypto, depending on how you think about it. And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a
Can't
flight
nobody
to
tell me
quality.
nothing. Bitcoin pumping.
We are hearing from clients around the world.
Prepared for this.
Love you guys. Love you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe, and join us. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always tuning in. Shout out to Crypto Corey Wrights again. Big love.